Hello, I'm Chris, this is Gross Models, and this is issue number 62 of the Terminator, Build the T800 from Hachette. It's a half-scale Terminator. If you've not been watching the series up till now, there's plenty of videos to catch up on, so go back and watch and see what we've been doing so far. This is fitting the kneecap and knee joint to his right leg? Yes, no, left leg, right leg. It is his right leg, yes. So, the parts we've received in this issue: we have a plastic cover, a plastic gear thing, a selection of screws, and what seems to be some sort of kneecap assembly. So let's turn the page and see what we'll be doing with these. I guess a few of them. I know what some of them are going to be. You also need glue and a cocktail stick, which I have prepared, a cross-thread screwdriver, which I have, the Allen key supplied in issue 26, which I've got in a box over the back there, and all the parts assembled so far. Right, we're starting off with gluing, as we've been doing the last couple of issues. So I do still have some glue ready to use. Putting some glue into the holes, and then popping that on, making sure you get the pegs into the holes, because otherwise it doesn't fit together properly. That goes in there like that. So far so good. Right, then we are using more glue. Looks like we're gluing this bit together, so let's see. Yeah, I've got enough glue for that. Into those holes there, like that, and that will just pop in place like that. It's not a straining, moving part or anything, it's just the internal attachment. That's that. Then we have the part that we built last time with the twiddly knee rod. That's going to go on there like that, and that again is just glued in place. Now I've not got enough glue on there for that. So I shall get a little bit more out. I'm using Gorilla Super Glue. It's not quite a nice thick gel sort of glue, so you can control it quite easily with a cocktail stick without getting it going everywhere. So that's going to be glued, that bit across the top, and both of those pins coming out the bottom there. Get a bit of coverage around all of that, and we're going for the slot and the two holes on there. And making sure, obviously, it lines up and goes in properly. There we go, just like that. Sort of a kneecap, I should think. Fair enough. That's that on there. That's the assembly of that completed. Then we have the part we've just got here is going to go onto the bottom of that with the 3 screws. So let's see what we got. We've got 2 long screws and 4 little screws. So it's going to be the 3 of the 4 little screws that do that. Because, as ever with these, they give you 1 extra of each type of screw that you're using in each issue. So if they've given you 2, you're going to use 1 and put 1 aside. If they've given you 4, you're going to use 3 and put 1 aside. I'll put aside the other one that I am going to use, probably, momentarily, over there. These 3 are going in there to hold that in place. Always with putting in multiple screws, not so important on this particular bit, but it's always a good habit to get into. Don't just put in 1 and tighten it all the way down. If you put in 1 and tighten it down a little bit, and then put in another and tighten it down a little bit, it makes sure that you can line up all of them. Because if it's a little bit off and you've tightened the first one down, the second one might go in and you'll be able to tighten that one down, but the third one might not line up. So by getting them all started, it gives you a good base to know that everything's lining up okay, and then you can tighten them all in. So that's that. There we go, that's step 9 completed, all tidied up and put in there. Now we need step 10. I need the entire model. I've got to lay it face downwards, position the parts so the head's between the sides of the right thigh part, and yeah, we'll worry about that. Let's get it out and get it onto the bench. I've just about got room to do this bit. So we're putting the knee on here. So we're getting it that way round. That's fitting between there, and we've got to get that tube into there. A bit like that. So we've got these joining up on the outside. That's that bit. I've put that in there, made sure that's there. Good, yep. This shows it in position, ready to be fixed in place. So we're fixing it in place with, as suspected, the two bits from the outside and the one screw which has an Allen key fitting on the outside of it. So let's make sure that I've got the correct Allen key in there. Yes, that's that one. Right, so we've got obviously a round one with a keyed in piece that goes in this side. Let's manipulate things so you can see that a little bit. So that will have to go in the right way round. Apparently, round further than I thought. So that's that. And the other side is where all the fun happens. It's obviously a shaped outside, and that has to locate in place on there. Of course, the first side fell out when I was playing around with it, but that's the idea. Let's get that lined up again, and then we can get the Allen key in there, and that will hold that in place. I've not tightened that up. I've deliberately not tightened that up. I've made a decision. I'm going to be taking that back off again, and then when we build the rest of the leg, it's not going to have to be moving the model all over the place. I can just build it onto that, and then it's just that screw that holds all this back together. Like I've taken the arms off, or the arm that I've done off. Hopefully I would be able to take the entire leg off, but that's proving a bit more difficult. But there we have it. So that does rotate. So as that rotates, obviously this pulley there works. That's quite nice. It didn't have a plastic thing on the end of it, but it obviously doesn't need it. It is quite secure. I'm happy with that. Not like some of the other bits. Looking at you, waste. But yes, so that goes on there like that, and that's how that looks. So yes, I'm going to take that back off of there, so we're not playing around with the whole body throughout the rest of the build, or at least for the rest of that leg. Now the rest of the magazine, we've got Ghost in the Shell, the original anime, not the Scarlett Johansson sequel, remake, live action thing. We're talking about ghosts in the human brain, how the brain works, neurons. Interesting. I'll probably never read it, but I'm sure it's interesting. And next week, which isn't next week, because this is the last of the delivery that I've received just now, but we're starting work on the lower right leg. So this is obviously the other bit that goes into there, so the knee can, lower leg can rotate slightly. But that will be built not attached to the rest of the model, because it's just easier that way. So that will be issue 63, which will be upcoming in about a month, hopefully, depending on delivery times and things like that. But yes, thank you very much for watching. That was issue 62. If you're enjoying the build, let me know in the comments below. If you're not enjoying the build, let me know in the comments below. If you see something that you think I've done wrong, like these bits, let me know. If you see something you think I can do better, let me know. That I'm slightly concerned about. I might have a look and see what I can do to tidy up that. Now this is attached, I'll try it and move it and see how it's going to work, but I don't know. I might need to do something with that. I might not. That's the one at the back anyway. The one at the front is better. It's got another side to it, so chances are I'll be leaving those well enough alone, because they do need a bit of movement because it's not all lined up properly, and this does have some rotational angularity as well, so we'll see. I'll have a look at it. Thank you for watching. See you soon. Stay safe, and I'll catch you soon for the next part of this or other videos as they appear on the channel. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.